I hadn't even planned on going to the mall that day. My original plan was to stay home, catch up on laundry, and maybe binge a few episodes of that new show everyone kept talking about. But my headphones had finally given out, snapped right in the middle, and with a long trip coming up, I figured I'd make a quick run to the electronics store. It was early afternoon, and the mall was relatively quiet, just a few elderly walkers doing laps and some scattered parents juggling toddlers. I headed straight to TechZone, picked out a pair of wireless earbuds, and decided to stop by the small cafe next door for an iced latte. That's when I saw her. I didn't know her name at the time. All I knew was that she looked like the stereotype everyone jokes about, a real-life Karen. Platinum blonde bob haircut, oversized sunglasses indoors, and a mouth set in a permanent expression of judgment. She wore a pastel pink blazer over a designer t-shirt that screamed wealth, and she had a name badge that read HOA President, Lakeview Estates. If you like this story, kindly subscribe, like, and share this story. She was at the counter, berating the poor barista over what I assumed was a minor error. Something about almond milk instead of oat milk. I saw the barista, a kid who couldn't have been more than 19, nervously apologize and offer to remake the drink, but Karen was having none of it. "This is exactly what's wrong with customer service these days," she said, voice pitched high and sharp. "You people don't pay attention to detail." "You people," I muttered under my breath, a little louder than intended. She turned to me slowly, her eyes narrowing behind those ridiculous sunglasses. "Excuse me," she snapped. I raised my hands in mock surrender. "Sorry, I just think he's doing his best." "You got your drink. Maybe let the kid breathe." Her lips tightened like she'd sucked a lemon. "Who even are you?" she asked, taking a step toward me. "Just someone who doesn't enjoy public meltdowns over oat milk," I replied. I turned to grab my coffee and head out, thinking that would be the end of it. But apparently, HOA Karen wasn't the kind to let things slide. As I walked out of the cafe and back into the main corridor, I heard fast, angry footsteps behind me. Before I could even turn around, I felt a sharp shove in my back. I stumbled forward, barely catching myself before hitting the tiled floor. I spun around just in time to see her draw her leg back, and then she kicked me. Hard. Right in the shin. "What the hell?" I shouted, backing away in shock. She stood there, breathing heavily, her fists clenched at her sides. A few people nearby gasped. Someone pulled out their phone. A security guard at the other end of the hall started jogging over. "You people need to learn some respect," she snapped. I don't remember exactly what I said in response. My heart was pounding, and my shin throbbed from the kick. All I know is that within 30 seconds, the guard had separated us and was calling for backup on his radio. Karen tried to play the victim at first, insisting I had threatened her. "He made me feel unsafe," she cried. "He was being aggressive." Unfortunately for her, at least 3 people had been recording. One teenager even walked up to the guard and showed him the video, full footage of her pushing me unprovoked, then kicking me in the leg. The mood shifted fast. "Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to come with me," the guard said firmly. She looked stunned. "What?" "But I'm the one who was assaulted." "Ma'am, I saw the video," he replied, unmoved. By the time mall security escorted her away, a small crowd had gathered. Some people clapped. One woman muttered, "About time someone stopped her." I gave my statement to security and then to the local police when they arrived. They asked if I wanted to press charges. I hesitated, but the officer said plainly, "What she did was assault. You have the right." So I did. It wasn't until a week later that I learned just how notorious she was. Turns out, Karen, real name Brenda Holloway, was the HOA president of Lakeview Estates, a high-end gated community a few miles from where I lived. She had a history of aggressive behavior, particularly toward younger residents and anyone she deemed beneath her. One neighbor shared anonymously online that Brenda had tried to have a black family evicted because their front yard decorations were too urban. The story of the mall incident spread like wildfire. Someone had posted the video online. It went viral on TikTok and Instagram. Commenters dubbed her Mall Karen. Memes were made. News outlets ran stories. One headline read, HOA president arrested after mall meltdown. Brenda was officially banned from the mall. According to the security office, she was placed on a no trespass list, and any attempt to return would result in immediate arrest. I heard she tried to fight the ban, claiming it violated her rights as a consumer. That went nowhere. A few weeks later, I received an invitation to appear in court. Brenda had been charged with misdemeanor assault. When the court date came, I showed up in slacks and a button-up, feeling slightly out of place in the formal courtroom. Brenda arrived wearing a conservative navy dress and trying very hard to look composed. Her lawyer did most of the talking, arguing that she had been emotionally provoked and that her actions were uncharacteristic. But the video was played in full, and there was no denying what happened. The judge gave her a hefty fine, a required anger management course, and probation. He also commended the bystanders for stepping in, noting that video evidence had made all the difference. I left the courtroom feeling, not vindicated exactly, but relieved. The most unexpected part of all this? The support I got from complete strangers. Messages poured in online, some from people who had witnessed the incident, others who had dealt with Brenda in the past. A few thanked me for standing up to her. One even sent a gift card for coffee with a note, "For the next time you encounter a Karen, on us." Life eventually returned to normal, but every now and then I'd still get a double take in public, someone asking, "Hey, are you the guy from the mall video?" I'd smile, nod, and go on with my day. As for Brenda Holloway, she stepped down as HOA president not long after the incident. Pressure from her community and bad publicity finally caught up with her. She released a statement claiming she was stepping away to focus on personal growth. I'll admit, part of me hoped she really did take the anger management seriously. But mostly, I hoped she'd just leave people alone. Sometimes it takes a little public accountability to remind people that no one is above basic decency. Thanks for watching this story. You are great. Goodbye.